Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Super happy to see everyone here. So for today's episode guys, this is going to be mostly story time, and this is regarding on the story of how I was almost scammed in purchasing a Chanel bag. Yes, you heard it right guys. Over the weekend, I was almost taken advantage of into purchasing and paying a luxury bag. So for this episode, I'm going to share to you the entire story of what happened. Plus, I think the most important of all is I will be providing you very important tips so that you are not going to find yourself in this very difficult situation. And I feel that this is very important to discuss, especially in our luxury loving fam here, so that we are going to get very important lessons from my very personal experiences, and hopefully we are not going to find ourselves in this very difficult situation. So guys, I am hoping that you stay tuned until the end of this episode. Hi guys, Ron here, Suking Budgetarian Fashionista. I vlog about the latest news about fashion. I do luxury shopping vlogs, hauls and unboxings. I also do bag reviews and provide styling tips. I'm inviting you to please join our ever-growing fam. So there's a cute little icon here. So kindly click on this one so you could easily subscribe, and I would be happy to welcome you. Also, please do follow me on Instagram.com/Revies so you could get daily updates and styling tips coming from me. Alright, so guys, I'm sure everyone knows that I'm so lucky that I was able to purchase my Chanel No. 1 and Chanel No. 2 with the app Carousel. So again guys, since I have these two successes of purchases of Chanel bags on that application, what I would be normally be doing is I would be going back just to check if there are more good deals and perhaps add a third Chanel bag in my collection. So you might be asking, what is Carousel? So again, Carousel is just like Vestiaire Collective. The only difference is with Vestiaire Collective, there is an option there wherein you are just going to pay a little more so that before the item or bag would be sent to you, it would be sent first to Vestiaire Collective's office. They're going to authenticated, check whether the description is good. Once everything is good and authenticated from Vestiaire Collective's office, it will be delivered to your address. So the only difference is with Carousel, it's just like purchase if you are going to purchase from a reseller via Instagram, or if you're going to purchase from a Facebook group or Facebook page. So there is no Vestiaire Collective office that's going to authenticate the items for you. So you are the one, the customers or buyers have the responsibility to authenticate what they're going to purchase. And then of course you would be asking, so for us to be more safe, why not purchase direct from the store or maybe from large consignment stores? So unfortunately here in the Philippines, we do not have any Chanel stores here yet, unfortunately. As much as I wanted to experience that, purchasing a bag from a Chanel store, we don't have that here. Next best thing is to purchase online or from consignment stores. I would love to purchase from Fashion File guys, honestly. So sometimes I would just constantly browse their site because they have wide range of selection. But of course, purchasing from Fashion File, that if it would be delivered here in the Philippines, it would be so costly. Of course, we would need to pay for the shipping. Then of course, we would need to pay for the duties and taxes, in which I really would want to avoid. Plus, I won't be able to enjoy the 30-day refund policy of Fashion File. So have consignment stores here in the Philippines. I'm going to put here a few that I trust and follow via Instagram and Facebook. Unfortunately, I haven't worked with any of them. But on a side note, guys, I have already contacted a couple of these large consignment stores, and we are going to do a collaboration. I will be working with them, and then I will be featuring them on the vlog here in the future. So maybe I would purchase my Chanel bag from them also in the future. The reason why I would be looking at Instagram resellers or via Carousel or individual resellers are for a couple of reasons. Number one, of course, is the diversity or the inventory of Chanel bags that I could find from different resellers. And number two, I feel that the prices are more competitive Carousel versus if I'm going to purchase from our large consignment stores here. Right, so now let's get to know our quote-unquote reseller who almost scammed me into purchasing a Chanel bag. So this specific reseller, she is not within Metro Manila, so definitely I won't be able to check the bag first before I make the purchase. So on Carousel, guys, there is like a rating. Like for example, if you have good reviews, your buyers could rate you. So she has 3 ratings in total, which at least when I saw her account, I feel that okay, at least someone has already purchased from her. So what is the bag that I wanted to purchase from her? So it is the very beautiful and classic Chanel wallet on chain. I super love this one. I really fell in love when I saw the photos. So number 1, the material, it is in black caviar. Number 2, it is in gold hardware. And the condition of this one, guys, for me personally, I would be rating it 10 over 10 because it looks brand new, and it looks, you know, brand new condition, never been worn. Checking the photos, it doesn't have any creases or signs of wear and usage. The very first red flag, guys, that I've seen when I have located this bag is the price. So the price of this one is only 65,000 pesos. So she actually discounted it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she originally priced it around 75 to 70,000 pesos and then discounted it to 65,000 pesos. So that was the red flag that I saw. Unfortunately, because maybe of the photos and the 3 reviews that she had, I disregarded the prices. I was very cautious. I was like thinking for the ranking of the bag, for thinking the price of 65,000 pesos is too low. It's like, it's not fair. It's like I feel that I would be ripping off the seller. But to be honest, guys, like as I've mentioned, most of the time I would be scanning for good deals via Carousel. There are prices around 65,000 pesos of Chanel wallet on chain, but the only difference is the condition, because the Chanel, the caviar walk, this one is in 10 over 10 condition, and then the walks that I would be finding that is priced 65,000 pesos and below, I would think the rating would be around 6 over 10, 7 over 10. You would be lucky if you could find 8 over 10, but definitely you will not be able to find a 10 over 10 condition Chanel wallet on chain, price only at 65,000 pesos. Alright, so the second red flag of this transaction happened when I was already chatting with the reseller. So as you know, guys, I'm always very careful in making online purchases, and I have a couple of checklists that I would be asking from them. So that if they could provide it, at least I would be more at ease in transacting with these online resellers. And one of the criteria or question or additional information that I'm asking is for them to send me valid government IDs, just to check, of course, if, for example, worst comes to worst, like they would not send me the bag or they would send me a fake bag, I would be able to, I would know where to contact them. So when we were chatting, I've asked the reseller, could you send me 2 valid IDs? So she could only send me 1, and for the second ID, she is already making excuses. She is asking, as she is saying already, that I've sent you a lot of photos, I'm too tired to do that, I cannot find my ID. Second is, okay, I told her, alright, so since you cannot send me a second valid ID, what I would be requesting from you is, could you take a photo of the bag with you without covering your face, show your valid ID with you and the bag together. At least I would know that she has the bag. Because my fear here, guys, is I'm thinking that she may have, you know, gotten that ID from somewhere else online, or maybe borrowed it from a friend, and then once I already sent her the payment, then she would just ignore me and not send me the bag. So that was my fear. So when I was asking for that additional info, again, she doesn't want to send me that photo. She's saying, I would not send it, I'm too tired. So after that, guys, this is where the third red flag I've experienced. So what I did was I went back to the the reviews, because remember guys, initially one of the reason why I disregarded all the my intuition was because of these 3 reviews. So I further checked what these 3 reviews are, check on the one who made the reviews, the seller, and what I've noticed guys, and you are not going to believe this, but the seller, or where he purchased her bags from, that seller is selling fake designer goods. Then when I have seen that guys, I told the reseller the deal is off, cancel my reservation. Definitely I would not be purchasing the Chanel wallet on chain. After a couple of days that we have already canceled the transaction, of course I'll still be checking carousel, and guess what guys, what I found out? So I found out that number 1, she again is reselling that Chanel wallet on chain for a much lower price. I'm going to put some photos here. Then the following days guys, I have seen that this reseller, his account or her account has been deactivated by Carousel, by the people from Carousel. People from Carousel may have seen, also red flags with what this quote-unquote scammer or reseller is doing. That's why they have banned him or her from Carousel. So I'm super thankful from this, because I was able to dodge a bullet. Right. Now I will be providing you very important tips that you could use if you are going to purchase luxury bags online from individual resellers, maybe Carousel, Facebook page, Facebook group, Instagram seller, or maybe from your peers or your colleagues. So again guys, this can be applicable to every one of us, may you be a seasoned collector or you are just starting your luxury bag collection. So the very first tip that I'll be sharing to you guys is be very careful of low prices that is way beyond the market value. So there's a saying, as we know guys, if it's too good to be true, then it certainly is. So with my experience guys, I kind of failed on that one, because I already have a feeling that this could be a bad deal, because the price is very good, wherein the condition of the Chanel wallet on chain is 10/10. So guys, make sure that you are a little bit familiar on how much the value of the items are going in the pre-love market. So all you need to do is just do a little bit of research, compare it to other resellers. So like what I mentioned, with the 65,000 pesos in Carousel, you could find legit resellers who are selling wallet on chain, but the condition will never be 10/10. Second tip is of course very important. Make sure that the reseller that you are going to work with has has a good number of reviews. The more reviews, the better. And if you could do a deep dive on the review, just like what I did. So I was, got the false sense of security when I have seen that this scammer or reseller has a 3 reviews. But when, I researched further, I was able to identify that the 2 reviews where it came from, she purchased a fake bag from that reseller. So tip number 3 is always ask for additional information. So we could be very different on how you're going to feel a little bit more secured in making a luxury bag purchase. So in my case, I would be asking for IDs. If I'm safe than never, right? So ask for 2 valid IDs. Then of course, guys, ask questions. Lots of questions. Ask. Of course, I'm sure they would be annoyed a little bit, but it's very important since we cannot, we do not have, like what I mentioned, there is no company that would authenticate these items for us. So it is our responsibility to ask these so we can, be very well informed before making this purchase. And of course, maybe ask for additional photos, just like what I did. For me, careful. So what I did with this specific reseller, I've asked her, could you take a photo of the bag with you without covering your face, plus your valid ID, so that I would know that you have the bag with you. Alright, so my recommendation, so if you could purchase directly from the luxury boutique, then that would be the best. If not, you could purchase from large consignment stores. But if those 2 are not an option for you, there is nothing wrong in purchasing from, Instagram resellers, carousel, your peers, your colleagues, or from any individual resellers. At the end of the day, guys, what's most important is you have to be vigilant, you have to be very careful, you have to be, aware before making a large purchase. Don't just give out your money without making enough review. So hopefully, with my experience, with my story, plus my tips, I would be able to help you out, guys, whether you are already a seasoned collector or you are just starting out collecting luxury bags. Alright, so before we end our episode, let's do comment of the day. I would like to say thank you to Sheena. Sheena, thank you so much for leaving this wonderful comment. I super appreciate this one. Thank you and welcome to the family. Alright guys, so again, before we end our episode, there's a cute little icon here. So please click on this one so you can easily subscribe and I'll be happy to welcome you. Also, smash that notification bell. I publish vlog twice a week, every Wednesdays and Saturdays for our shopping vlog. Also, I would highly appreciate it if you could like this video. Also, please do follow me on Instagram.com/Revies so you could get daily updates and styling tips coming from me. And guys, thank you so much for staying with me in this episode. I super appreciate this one. I will see you on Saturday. Stay safe. Bye!